What is going on with crude oil? I know it's on every headline I look at, it's in every newspaper, everyone on Twitter is talking about it. What's really going on? First, I want to take us a little bit back in history with crude, just recent history, and then bring us up to today. And then we'll take a look at some charts and do some cool stuff here. First of all, we know that crude has been in a big decline the past couple years. And one of the fundamental drivers for that is that OPEC and these large oil producers decided that they had some pretty good competition. U.S. fracking was really starting to eat into their market share. And so these big, uber wealthy countries decided, you know what? We're going to collectively flood the market with supply of oil. We know that when supply goes up, prices go down. So they flooded the market with oil and prices have gone down. Why would they do that? Why would they lower their own profits on the good that they're producing and selling to the world? Well, they decided that gaining market share and squeezing out these fracking guys and whatnot would be a better win for them than just continuing to make money at decently high prices. So that's what they've done. Prices, as we know, have gone way down, historical lows, and there's been over $1 trillion of investment and whatnot in the oil industry that is dried up. So I guess mission accomplished for them at the moment. And so what's going on now, just in the past couple days, is that they're getting together and saying, okay, let's cut our supply of oil, lower supply, to raise prices. So they're even trying to get Russia to agree, another big oil producing country. So that's what's going on from just a generic fundamental perspective. I do not claim to be a big expert in that. I'm more of an intraday trader myself, so I focus more on price, time, and volume. So with that said, let's go to the charts and take a look at what's going on. All right, let's dive into some price, time, and volume analysis, okay? So we know over the past couple years, crude has been in a big sell-off. We know it gave some bottoming signs early this year. If we're going to bottom here, where's a first reference we might run to? That would be the previous swing low up in this area, and that's what we do. Noting that we did leave this little intermediate swing high and then retest there, so that's an important reference. So we head fake above that. We come back down, we find support at this area. And at this point in time, once we rally here and then start to turn inside the previous swing, that's a good indication that, things are range bound in this little area, this zone right here. Yes, we've had a bottoming process, but we still haven't even taken out, the recent swing low before the bottom put in. So it's definitely a range bound state here. And it's been a good idea to be fading the edges of this for great trade locations. So that brings us into what's recently happened. So we're in this range here, trading range. We give a little head fake below, and we start to buy back up. Okay, so that brings us into more recent days with this OPEC volatility on the agreement and whatnot. So let's dive into some market profile. So we know the volatility picked up overnight coming into yesterday. So this is RTH only day sessions here. And I'll go ahead and split out yesterday, which is the main area. So knowing that we had a great news catalyst, knowing that we were opening up the day right here above this prior balance area here, and that we had, remember, recently wicked out these range lows here, and the expectation is for us to be able to push up into the range highs, okay? And just right quick as an aside here, above 52.75, if we can see some acceptance and a hold above there, we can run to 62s, okay? That would be the next visual, very clear, logical reference for us to move up into. So just a quick note there on what the potential is. Now, back to our day of reference, which is yesterday and today. So we're opening up right here, okay? So markets are very visual, Okay, that's something that I hope you guys understand. Markets are very visual. So if we're opening right here, what are some near references above and below? Let's say we're coming into the open doing our analysis here. Well, we can see this big balance zone right here is the first potential thing we could run into. So let's just highlight that. Okay, so it's just a general area of consolidation and congestion right here. Now, according to the way I view markets, if this bull thesis is going to hold, okay, and we are going to rally, then any retest of this prior consolidation should be supported by buyers. Okay. Now, if you're in our futures Slack trading room, you'll know that we initiated longs from 48.03 right in this area right here as buyers stepped in, and we didn't close out those positions up until the 70s up in here. Definitely check out the link at the end of this video and join us in the great community chat room. But anyways, back to the analysis here. So we do see buyers, and okay, so we have a bull thesis, we have a bullish news catalyst, and technically speaking, price action and profile is showing us that buyers are supporting this area, even on retest of the upper end of it here. Okay, now where might price run to? Okay, well, it's been quite a while since we've seen any prices up in this area, so we need to look left, we need to go back in time and find out what was going on. Okay, so as we can see here, back in October, there was a giant balance area up in this zone here. So let's just highlight that right quick. Okay, just generally, there was a lot of days that congested in this zone. A couple days that tried to look higher, but then they would immediately fail back into the big consolidation. And then we got below for the first time. We held on a retest, and that is what brought us to the sell-off that we had been in into November. And here we are coming into today, as we know, going again back to the weekly bars. Here's the sell-off, and we get to the lower end of the support. We wick it, and we're in bull mode here. Okay, so where might we run to? Where might be some good destinations for this move? Well, prices revert back to the old balance area here, and that's what we've seen. And after the close today, we've seen a sell-off back into this zone here. So understanding the way markets work, having a great news catalyst combined with a great price action, market profile, whatever you use, perspective to gauge risk reward and find setups that make sense to you is extremely powerful. And I hope this has been helpful for you today. Cheers.